Hey guys. Alright, so done a little bit of testing with this. This is a bit of a tough one just because everything pretty much buffs Pompeii, but anyway. The daily contract is Vicious Flame 3, and with interchangeable one-pointers, it makes life a little hard. These are the contracts we're going to be going with. Team we're going to be going in with. Myrtle with skill 2 preferably. You can use skill 1 if you want, but I find that skill 2 can give you a little bit more help later on. Maybe. It sort of depends on how lucky you get. Texas with skill 2. Scavenger with skill 2, so 2 high damage standard vanguards. 2 single target vanguard, healers, sorry. So I've got Gavial and Myr. Myr just because she's got a little bit of AoE healing, sort of, kind of. Gavial, I don't really have in for any particular reason other than her survivability. The heal over time skill she has is quite nice, but mainly I like using Gavial over Suzerain in this because there's going to be a lot of damage going around, and I find that Suzerain with the meager 1200 health that she has, not ideal. Obviously you can go better with, say, Silence. There's a lot of different options that you can go with, more AoE. It really depends on how high up you want to go. I'm trying to make this as easy as I can for everybody, so here's what it is. Amiya, skill 1. As an alternative, you can actually use Shiryuki with skill 2, but in all my testing I've used Amiya. It's just that after your initial run, Amiya doesn't do anything, unfortunately. Your best pusher, I'm using F-Eater, she's my best pusher, as you can see. Some people have Weedy stacked up, some people may have buffed up, sure, that's fine. It's mainly just this push. We're just using it to bump back wraiths, to just delay them, because we're going to be a bit light on that side. So, no matter which of them we're all using skill 1. Ethan with skill 2, he's also going to be helping with those wraiths just to lock them down, so that's why we've got skill 2. Null, we have in for her Pegasus Halo talent. This is a pretty talent-heavy team. You'll notice that obviously I've got Perfumer in. She's in there for the exact same reason. Just the constant heal that she gives. Saria with skill 2. Now you don't need Saria. I'll throw this out here straight away. In my testing, I never used Saria. I've only pulled Saria in for the sole purpose of it's going to be easier. Skill 2 is just going to make life so much easier for everything and everyone. I actually just used Gummy originally, and it did work, so don't stress about that. But nevertheless, Saria skill 2 is going to help you out heaps. Last but not least, Matoimaru. Obviously my Matoimaru is fairly maxed out. Alternatively to Matoimaru, you can use Yanunta's skill 2 preferably. I mean, the stun won't really do much, but extra attack. Alternatively, you can also just stick with Tomahawk and that'll be fine. Other than that, I don't really think there's too many who can tank quite as well. What we're after is health, essentially. As long as whoever you've got tanking has a whole massive pool of health, you'll be pretty okay. So that's where operators like Matoimaru and Anuntes actually come in great. Other than that, that's that. As always, remember guys, if you... Matoimaru talking over me. If you haven't borrowed your 5 support units for the Fortnite, make sure you do so. Grab something, grab a Saria, grab whatever helps you out. Other than that, hope this helps you out, guys. If it does, please leave a sub, helps me out a bunch, and I always appreciate it when you guys do that. Okay, so Myrtle in over here, and then we're going to put in Texas over here. Cycle that skill and pop in Scavenger. Texas the skill as soon as we can. And then we're going to throw in our first healer. So our AoE healer is going to go here. Keep cycling the deployment points. Alright, Pompey has started moving, so what we're going to do is we're going to put Armia here. And that's because if we do that before Pompey moves, basically, it's going to be a nightmare. Merge us here. Middle skill. Then we're going to put our pusher here. Pull out Scavenger, replace with Ethan facing down. Army is skill for these first guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to take out Texas and we're going to replace with Null. Then we're going to put Saria here. And use our AoE healer skill. Deploy a Toimaru there. Cycle a heal. Pull her out. And then we're going to put in our other healer here. So right now what we're doing is we're keeping an eye on these rates. As soon as we're a little bit worried about one of them, we're going to use Ethan's skill. Keep Armia's skill on cycle because we're always going to have enemies for her to be hitting. So the important thing to note about this strategy is that we don't want anything in the 8 tiles around Pompey. Except for whoever's tanking, obviously. So there's an elite one. So we're just going to use Ethan's skill for that. Because otherwise he will most likely get through. Perfumer's skill. And we don't want to use Matoimaru's skill yet. Until Pompey is the last enemy left, we want to just sort of sit on. So we've got one more enemy left, which is this way. And that's it. After that's done, we're going to yank everyone back out. We're going to leave Nerl in because we need her talent to increase all of our healers. We're going to leave Saria in, obviously, because Saria is in the middle, just AoE healing everything. And again, we're just going to sit on this. We're still not using Matoimaru's skill. Because what we want to do is we want to wait for Pompey to get to half health when it's going to get this amazing, enormous attack speed bonus, and then we want to burn it down as quickly as possible. Now you'll notice when it gets to half health, because it'll just start spewing fire everywhere and it'll be very unpleasant for all involved. But other than that, it's from this point on, it's just a wait and see. As you can see, healers do tend to get a little bit, how you doing? So obviously, just use skills if you have to. So Pompey has just hit its halfway point. It's got the red flashy swirlies on it. So from there, Matoimaru's skill. You can put Ethan down if you want. It doesn't really matter. I would suggest putting Ethan over here so he can only be healed by Nerl, but I mean, that is what it is. It's up to you guys if that's what you want to do. Now, the other thing is, I said bring Armia or Shirayuki. If you bring Armia, you'll notice that the only place you can really put her is here. She will get hit by Pompey. So, you know, not great. Alternative to this, we just pop Myrtle over here. So the army goes down, so it's whatever. So Myrtle is actually out of range, which is great. And that just means that I can use Myrtle to pop up Gavial whenever that skill cycles, which means it's a little bit less healing that somebody else needs to put on Gavial. So it's all about mitigating, really. Other than that, that's it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but you've just got to have a team that can really just sit. So that's the important part. So I hope that helps out, guys.